Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, would you believe it? We're not even done. We're not even done with Yoshi the Drunkard yet, and they're slamming us with the next fusion. Yeah, crazy. I'm actually totally shocked, but they've given us a lot of forewarning about what is coming next. So let me share with you who it is, what he's all about, and let's see what we think. Like, what's the first initial view of this? Let's get this full screen. Perhaps we'll zoom in a touch. So here we go. What's up, fellas? Tuesday, April the 13th. So just over 2 weeks from now, we're planning to launch a fusion of a new champion, Underpriest Brogni. I mean, firstly, what's your thoughts on the visual, guys? He's got this kind of mace type thing, but with crystals. It looks like he's got that same sort of crystal vibe that Gemcursed has got, Samar Gemcursed. I like that it's kind of running through the theme of the dwarves here. Maybe this is a guy that smacked up Gemcursed and made him like he is. Maybe there's some lore behind that. Would be good to know. What we got here then? So he's a dwarf, obviously. Rarity is going to be legendary. He's going to be a support-based champion, and he's going to be magic affinity. Okay, so let's just check out the dwarves. Does that make sense for the dwarves? Magic affinity, well, quite frankly, we could choose any right now because there's so few. Should it be a dwarf? Yes, we're so missing, like we're so vacant on legendaries for dwarves. It's a great idea. So magic affinity, good. Support based, well, we've only got one, so that makes sense as well. It's like, wow, it looks like somebody's looked at the faction and been like, this is what the faction needs. Do you guys agree? And everyone else around the table is like, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, that is what they need. So yeah, all of that makes sense. This is an excellent support champion that will be useful for raiding dungeons and Doom Tower. Okay, so let's get into what can he actually do. A1 then. Attacks one enemy. 45% chance of placing HP burn for 2 turns. I mean, an HP burn A1, it's pretty cool. Especially given we've got things like Soraf in... Soraf, the Frost Spider. So HP burn has just kind of risen in the ranks, certainly on an A1 as well. You need HP burn on as much as possible for that fight. So that feels decent. Okay. A2 then. AoE ability, 75% chance. Will probably book to 100%. Chance of removing 1 random debuff from all enemies. Same percentage again. Probably 100% if you book him. Chance of removing 1 random debuff from allies. Increases the shield value buff on all allies by 30% of the damage he does. Increases the shield value. It's an interesting one. I guess we come to shields in a minute. I'm just curious if that means there's no shield on them. I guess it does nothing extra for allies potentially. Cooldowns 4 turns. I would imagine this will be a 3-turn cooldown once you book him out. Just going by what they normally do. So we've got an A3 here. Places block debuffs buff and an increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. So this is very similar to what Duchess does right now. And it's one of the reasons she's so strong. Block debuffs and increase attack at the same time. She might even be the only champion that does that. I probably didn't get that wrong. There's probably tons of comments below, but those two together are incredibly strong. Also places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this guy's max HP. The shield cannot be removed. Wow. That A3 is monster. Shield, which cannot be removed. If he's got high HP, that is a monster move right there. 30% of his HP as a shield, plus block debuffs, plus increase attack. Ooh, that is big. That is a big support move right there on that A3. And then we've got an A4, which is a passive. Whenever an ally under a shield buff, which we've just done, whenever an ally under a shield buff is attached, I think that's meant to say attacked, reflects 25% of the damage of the shield back to the attacker. Also heals that ally by 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield. Okay, if there are multiple champions with this skill, only one will activate. Okay, this is a really, really interesting champion. So A1 feels average. The A3 is monster. The passive is kind of cool. Oh, like the reflect damage is nice. The heal part, I guess it depends where that comes in the order. Like, if you've got this monster shield up already, chances are you've not lost any health because you're hitting into a shield. You're not hitting into your life pool. But obviously, once you get to the point where you're recycling abilities, then maybe that comes into effect. A1 average. A2, I think, is okay, but not crazy. I do like the increase the value of the shield buff on allies by 30% of the damage you do, especially if this hits kind of hard. It doesn't say what the damage is going to be based from, but if his damage and everything is based off HP, he could be a bit of a beast. He could be a bit of a beast. You don't want high HP anyway for that monster shield. Don't know, guys. Look, we don't know anymore. It doesn't tell us if it's going to be an old school fusion, albeit they don't say fragment collector. They say fusion, so we're guessing it's going to be an old school fusion. Likelihood is it's going to be with new champions, though. That's what they normally do, and they're pretty much releasing 10 to 25 champions a month right now. They've consistently done it for the last month, since Christmas, really, or since November, I think. So chances are it's going to be a whole new bunch of champions that fuse into this guy, unless they've gone back on what they've been doing recently. But there you go, guys. I actually feel like, look, is he going to come in and break the game? Maybe not, but... And you do need for him to go before this starts happening, so you need him to be pretty quick. He's not like a Krisk. I come into the game, you've all got a massive shield. But what he is once I get a turn, you can't just clean my shield off, madame. Sorry, move along, madame. You're actually going to have to do some work to get through my defense here. So I feel like this guy could be very cool. Very cool indeed. Anyway, guys, look, I've got nothing else for now. What do you think? Do you think it's a good addition? Are you happy with the rate of pace with these fusions, almost like back-to-back? Do you have any resources left? I guess the cool thing about them coming back-to-back is just choose. Do I want this guy or not? Did I want the last one or not? And then take your pick when you want one. You go all out at that point. Don't fatigue yourself to definitely get every single one if you don't feel like they're going to add anything to your account. But I think it looks cool. I think it's a really good addition for dwarves, that's for sure. But in terms of for the game, feels different, feels interesting. I like it. Anyway, guys, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.